In the 1970s, James Taylor and Carly Simon were the golden couple of the music world. They were two superstars at the absolute peak of their powers, married in a private ceremony at Paul Simon's apartment and announcing their union to a cheering crowd at Radio City Music Hall. To the public, it was a fairy tale of folk rock royalty. But behind that perfect image lay a dark reality of secret apartments, a woman named Evey, and a confession that put Carly's health at risk. For nearly 40 years, James stayed silent about the collapse of their marriage. Then, in a stunning moment of honesty, he finally told the truth. Today on Royal Time of Hollywood, we explore the tragic breakdown of a legendary romance and the confession that changed everything. A heritage of music and darkness. James Vernon Taylor was born into a world of immense privilege and deep-seated pain. His father, Isaac Taylor, was a prominent physician and dean of the UNC School of Medicine, while his mother, Gertrude, was a classically trained singer. On the surface, the Taylors were the ideal American family. All 5 children, Alex, James, Kate, Livingston, and Hugh, would go on to record albums, a testament to the musical expectation that filled their home. But beneath the comfort of their North Carolina estate and summers on Martha's Vineyard, a mysterious darkness loomed. Isaac struggled with severe alcoholism and infidelity, a shadow that haunted his children. By age 16, James fell into a debilitating depression, sleeping 20 hours a day. In 1965, he checked himself into McLean Hospital to save his own life. This institutionalization marked the beginning of a lifelong battle with mental health and substance abuse. The siren call of heroin. When James left the hospital in 1966, he didn't seek a slow recovery. He ran toward the chaos of New York City's East Village. It was here, while playing for $12 a night at the Night Owl Cafe, that he first tried heroin. The addiction was instantaneous. The moment opiates entered my life, I was gone, he later admitted. By 1968, his first band, The Flying Machine, had collapsed, and James fled to London with nothing but a guitar and a final hope. Through a stroke of fate, he auditioned for Paul McCartney and George Harrison. They were mesmerized by his raw talent, making him the first non-British artist signed to Apple Records. Yet, even as he recorded his debut alongside the Beatles, his addiction followed him across the Atlantic. Grief soon added fuel to the fire. He learned that his childhood friend, Suzanne Schneer, had taken her life. The family had hidden the news for 6 months, fearing it would destroy him. That delayed mourning poured into his masterpiece, Fire and Rain, a song that served as a diary of suicide, addiction, and the desperate search for Jesus to help him make it through the withdrawal. The Golden Couple's Hidden War. In 1971, James Taylor and Carly Simon met backstage at the Troubadour. The connection was electric. Within a year, they were married. To the fans, they were a match made in heaven. But the cracks appeared before the wedding cake was even cut. The night before the ceremony, Bianca Jagger allegedly called James to warn him against the marriage, citing Carly's electric connection with Mick Jagger. While Carly sought intimacy and a stable family life for their 2 children, Sally and Ben, James was withdrawing into a secondary world. He maintained a secret studio apartment just blocks from their Central Park West home. He claimed it was for rehearsing, but Carly eventually discovered the truth. A woman named Evey was living there. The betrayal turned from emotional to physical when James made a harrowing confession. He needed to be tested for sexually transmitted diseases. The admission shattered Carly. It wasn't just about the infidelity. It was about the disregard for her basic safety. In her memoir, she describes taking a locksmith-made key to that secret apartment, confronted by a mistress who claimed their astrology charts made them more compatible than a wife and children ever could. The third person in the marriage. In March 2020, at 72 years old, James Taylor finally spoke plainly about why his marriage to Carly could never have survived. He admitted that heroin ruled 20 years of his life. Addiction removes you from your own life, he explained. He wasn't just cheating with other women, he was cheating on his family with a needle. Carly recalled a horrific night at the Chateau Marmont where James injected heroin right in front of her. She watched the man she loved fade into a stranger. Addiction acted as the third person in their marriage, always hungry, always taking. They separated in 1981 and divorced in 1983. The silence between them has lasted nearly 40 years. Recovery and the long road home. The path to sobriety was littered with tragedy. In 1993, on James's 45th birthday, his older brother Alex died from alcohol-related complications. The loss was a brutal wake-up call. James eventually found his footing through physical exhaustion, biking and hiking until the trembling in his soul settled. In 2001, he married Caroline Smedvig. This relationship brought a stability James had never known. They welcomed twin boys, and James finally became the steady father and partner he couldn't be during the Carly years. Despite the decades of silence, Carly Simon later admitted that James was the great love of her life. She confessed that hearing the songs he wrote for her can still ruin her for an entire day. James, for his part, takes full responsibility for the failure, admitting he was emotionally numb and unreliable. James Taylor's legacy is one of survival. He moved from being a homeless addict in London to a rock and roll Hall of Famer with 40 gold and platinum awards. He proved that while honesty in a song can sell millions, honesty in life is much harder to achieve. What do you think? Was James Taylor's addiction the only thing that killed the golden couple, or were they two stars who were simply never meant to burn in the same orbit? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this look into the true stories of Hollywood legends, make sure to like this video and subscribe to Royal Time of Hollywood. Don't forget to hit the bell notification